Do we need a joint bank account? Hi, it's Kimberly from NerdWallet, and you're watching Awkward Money Questions. We're here to give you smart and comforting answers to your most uncomfortable money questions. I'm sitting here on the couch where I usually sit with my family while we watch movies. Every Friday night, we watch Little House on the Prairie. It's our tradition. So sit back and relax, and we'll dive into today's question. Do we need a joint bank account? I think deciding whether or not to combine your finances when you move in together or get married, it's really one of the biggest decisions facing couples because you have to decide so much and it really influences a lot about how you're going to manage money going forward together, how you're going to coordinate all of that. So when I decided to combine finances with my husband almost 15 years ago now, we basically just felt like it was more convenient and it just seemed easier for us to pay everything out of our joint account and not really worry about who was paying for what. But I know a lot of other couples that really make the opposite decision and they find it easier to keep money separate. So both ways can definitely work. You just have to make sure that you're on the same page and that you agree so you can coordinate that way. I think one of the big benefits of combining finances, at least what I've found from my experience with my husband, is that we don't have to really worry about the fairness too much or who's paying for what because it all comes from our common joint bank account. At the same time, though, there is a downside because it's harder to have surprises or to buy birthday presents without the other person knowing about it. So you do have to make sure that at least you have your own credit card, even if you have that joint bank account. And then we do have to coordinate big purchases. So before I buy something, I always talk about it with my husband, make sure we're not going to both be making big purchases at the same time. We don't want to overdraw our account. So there is a lot of coordination that's required. If you keep finances separate, on the plus side, you do have a lot of independence. You certainly don't have anyone looking to see what you spend and what's coming out of your account because it's just yours. So you have that added privacy and independence. But then you do have to think about the fairness and you want to make sure that you're each contributing to certain things. So you have to have that discussion too. Either way, there is a lot of communication involved. So whether you have a joint account or separate accounts, you have to talk with your partner to make sure that you're on the same page with things and to make sure that you are both looking out for ways to save more, for spending that you want to trim. I really like the idea of having meetings about money with your partner at least once a quarter, if not monthly. I do this with my husband and it's really helpful because we just review our joint account. We make sure that there aren't charges we don't recognize to look out for fraud and just to see if there's anything we could cut to increase our savings and reduce our spending. So I find that really useful. If you are looking for a new bank account, whether it's a joint account or a separate account, it's really important to make sure that you are minimizing the fees that you're paying. No one wants to pay fees for a bank to take care of their money, so you want to look for an account that really charges you no fees or minimal fees. And then you also want to make sure you have access to your money. You don't want to have to pay a lot of fees at an ATM to withdraw your money. So that's an important question to ask whenever you're looking for a new bank account. And then you always want to look for a high yield. You want to make sure your savings are earning as high a yield as possible. Typically, we see higher yields on online savings accounts, so that's something to look for as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more answers to your awkward money questions. See you next time.